All right, good morning, everyone. This is Frank Ochoa with your MTS pre-market update along with Kathy and Jack. And um, here's a quick look at the ES right now for me. Good morning, Kathy. Let's see. Looking at the ES, I mean, we have a fairly narrow overnight range here that began last night. 1804.75 low, 1809 quarter high, and that's basically the early range to watch. I mean, there's really not a whole lot more to say other than we're still pushing up overall. Um, you know, last week I was still bullish, obviously, until the pattern is broken. I still think we continue to head higher until we take out some key significant support levels. And we got to push down into toward that 1775, and we never quite broke it. We got down to 77.75. We held at the 1784 half pivot several times and formed a higher low and rallied back above 1800. We had a lot of activity after that non-farm payroll, but after all was said and done, we closed up over 1805. So very, very close, within 3.5 points of hitting the high at 1812 half here. And I still think 1809 is the key level to watch here short term. That's a level I called out last week. We never quite got back to it after the early sell off away from that 1809. And of course, overnight, where do we go? We go right to it. 1809 quarter is the high. So 1809 is the early pivot to watch. And we break above that. Then I have upside targets here at 1811 quarter and 1814 half. We get through 1814, then there's other targets at 1775 and 21 above. But we'll see how 1809 behaves right out of the gate. I think if we break down below that overnight low, then obviously we have a chance to get down there and test or retest the 1800 level. And on a swing basis, if we start the week with some early weakness here, I'd be watching 1794 quarter. I think 1794 quarter will offer an opportunity to potentially buy a pullback ahead of another swing high here. So 1794 quarter, maybe a point above, a point below, that kind of band right there is going to offer some support in my opinion. And if buyers do step in at that zone, that could offer a solid opportunity to buy ahead of a new high. So we got to see how 1809s behave right out of the gate, and that's the key zone for me. On the downside, if we do break through those 1804s, then I have downside targets at 275 and 99 half on a short-term basis. And again, that 94 quarter is a level down there that I think would be a swing buying opportunity if we come back to that zone and you see buyers support that zone. For crude oil here, crude oil is very, very narrow right now. The early zone right now is obviously, you can see it on the chart, 97.5 to 98. So it's a 50 tick range here. 97.5, 98 is going to give us an early directional bias once we get a breakout. Overall, this thing remains extremely bullish ever since we had that breakout day that took us above that 95.70. We've never given any of it back. It's been very bullish. However, we have not been able to see any price expansion beyond that 98. Every time we test 98, we see some sells come in the market, and we got within 3 ticks of it so far, 97.97 in overnight trading, and still can't get beyond it. But if we do break beyond 98s, I have upside targets, the primary at 98.71 with a scaling target at 98.32. I think overall, right now, we have a very, very tight 3-day range compared to average. The last 3 days have had a range of just $1.77, and it's been averaging over $3.20 on a 3-day range basis. So I think if we do get a breakout here from 98 to 97, if we break out from that zone, we could see a big 3-point move in the direction of the break over the next couple of days. So it could be very significant. And right now, the overall near-term trend is bullish. So I would expect continued strength, but if we do break down through those 97s, there's going to be a big test at 95.70. And, if this thing is going to indeed push higher, I think a pullback to retest major support or major resistance and turn it to support could be big, and that could offer a swing buying opportunity if we do break down and retest the 95 half to 95.70 zone. I still have a monthly target. The primary monthly target I have to the upside is 100.28. It remains 100.28, and the secondary is 102.48. So if we do break these 98s to the upside, I think we go up and grab that 100.28 fairly quickly, especially given how tight that range has been over the last few days. Anytime you get a big time move the way we've seen, off these lows, you tend to see some contraction in price, and after that contraction, you see the next phase of expansion, whichever way it goes. I'm going to watch this range very closely. I think a big breakout could be ahead, and I'm still bullish on it, even if we do break to the downside, because we have some prior resistance that could turn to support that could offer a significant buying opportunity. So that's all I have for this morning. Good luck the rest of the week. Let's see how it plays out.